Do not be afraid of the silence. Let everything that arises be your teacher. Let everything that seems like a distraction lead you back home. Do not be afraid of the silence. Do not be afraid to turn off your television. Do not be afraid to put your device on airplane mode. Do not be afraid of the silence. For everything that you've been avoiding, that comes from you. That is exactly what you need to see to wake up. Do not be afraid of the silence. Who is afraid of the silence? Is that you? Who could possibly be afraid of silence? Except the one who is fearful to die. Are you that one who is fearful to die? No, that is not who you are. There is no fear in you. Do not be afraid of the silence. All the disturbances, all the fears, all the anxiety, all the tension that we feel in our bodies, we want that to go away. We want to take a pill. We want to watch a television show. We want to do a meditation. We want to do some exercise that will relieve us of our suffering. But now we know that no matter how many things we do to try to alleviate our pain, we are still left right here. No matter how many activities we fill our minds and our time with, we're still left afraid. Who is afraid? And what have all those activities been covering up? We resist the silence. We resist looking inside to see who we really are. We think we need to fix ourselves to fit into a broken world. We think we need to find meaning. But there is no meaning outside of love. We think we're supposed to fix the world, and we think we'll fix the world by discovering what's wrong with the world, and then pointing our fingers at those others who we believe are causing us our own suffering. Can you see the futility? Don't be afraid of the silence. There is nothing to fear. Do you leave your TV on all the time so that you won't have to hear the silence? Do you fill your mind with the neurosis that is generated by a corporate world who has no interest in your awakening? Have you forced yourself to become someone to someone else because you thought that making them happy would make you happy? Have you compromised your true self? Do you know who your true self is? Do you know your value? Do you know your worth? What and who has defined your worth? Have you found yourself in the silence? Have you become the one who forgives all? Do you know yourself as love? Do not be afraid of the silence. Do you feel threatened? Who is it that feels threatened? Is that your true self? Who could threaten you? Are you going to change the world by accusing? Are you going to become the person that you want to be by finding someone else to blame? Are you going to change one heart, one mind, by pointing your finger at someone else? What happens when we let go of our opinions and judgments? What happens when we drop our nets? What happens when we walk away from that false personality? What happens when we walk away from our self-righteousness? What happens when we relinquish our attack and when we drop our defense? Who are we in the silence? Do not be afraid of the silence. Allow yourself to become the love that you have always longed for. Allow yourself to become your own Savior. Know yourself as the one who forgives everyone and everything. This is the invitation. This is what is left once we have answered the call to life. This is what saves the world. Do not be afraid of the silence.